counselors, this is the video for step 2 in my 10-step planning process on how to make your classroom guidance totally magical. So in step 1, we talked about using data to drive your lesson planning process, to get real data points, to find out what your students really need, and to hop off of that total request live mindset. So today we're going to talk about what you actually do with that data that you collect. You have amazing data in your hands. Now what are you looking at? What are you looking for? Okay, so you want to spend some time really looking for patterns and trends in your data. So if you're using behavior referrals as your data point, you want to look for what are your students being referred to the office for, being referred to the counselor, whichever the case may be in your school. And you're looking at this not to find problem behaviors, but to find what skills might be lacking. So if you're seeing that your students are being referred for fighting, let's say, then you might want to plan some lessons on conflict resolution and some lessons on positive communication. If your students are being referred for bullying, then of course you're going to want to plan some lessons on bullying prevention, kindness, empathy, and classroom community. Now, if you're using teacher needs assessments as your data point, then you want to look for some grade level trends. So maybe all of your 4th grade teachers said that coping skills are really lacking in their classroom. Maybe all of your kindergarten teachers unanimously asked for listening skills lessons. Those are the kind of things that you're going to want to look for to make sure that you're serving the students in the grade level as best as you can. Now, when you look at those parent needs assessments, pay really close attention because parents are the experts on their children after all. So you may find that, let's say, half of the 5th grade parents said that they want their students to get a social media safety lesson. A lot of kids start getting their own phones and using social media at this age, so we want to make sure they're doing it responsibly. That would be a really great data point to look for. Also, just want to say with these parent needs assessments, you're really going to get a good idea of who might be better served in individual or group counseling, so definitely hang on to that for program planning later. Okay, now if you're using minute meetings as a data point, you're going to get a really great pulse on student needs through their own eyes. So maybe you notice that only 20% of your students were able to identify a supportive adult in the building. So you may want to spend some time focusing on support networks in your lesson. Maybe you notice that half of your students in 3rd grade said they feel like they don't fit in at school. So then you're going to want to spend some time on classroom community and friendship building. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that you'll get an idea of for those minute meetings. Now, if you're using a universal screener that your district provides for you, you're going to get great segmented data that you can use in that case. So now that you have an idea of what kind of trends are going on for the grade levels or what your parents are looking for, what your students think that they need, spend some time looking at the standards that you're responsible for covering. So maybe you're using the ASCA standards, maybe you're using CASEL standards, or maybe some state standards that you're responsible for. Put your needs and your standards side by side and see where there's overlap. See where you can address needs and standards at the same time. It's kind of like doing a puzzle and it sort of falls into place eventually, but it's okay if it doesn't. It's more important to address the needs of your students, and that's how you're going to be an effective counselor in the classroom and really be able to bring the magic, because when students get what they need, they're going to be more engaged. Okay, so your challenge for this week at the bottom of the page in your workbook is to identify some data points from the data that you've collected or the data that's available to you, and then look at the standards that you're responsible for covering. See where there's some overlap and see where you can address needs and standards at the same time. Again, if you are into Facebook and you've joined the Facebook group, snap a picture of your page in your workbook and post it in there to start some conversation with other counselors. If you're not into Facebook, totally okay. Still do the challenge and see where you can address standards and needs at the same time. I'll see you guys soon for step 3, which is all about picking your perfect hook.